If you just remain standing for a few moments, I'd like to call upon Brother Leonard Conway, class of 1971, Vice Chairman of the St. Francis College Board of Trustees, who will deliver the invocation. Brother Leonard.
We're going to pray the prayer of St. Francis, which is on the inside of the back cover, if you'd like to join me. Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. O divine Master, not so much as to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive, it is in pardoning that we are pardoned, and it is in dying that we are born to eternal life.
Thank you, Brother Leonard. I ask you to remain standing for a few more moments for the presentation of our nation's colors, presented today by the New York City Police Department Ceremonial Unit Color Guard, and to join us in the singing of the national anthem by the New York City police officer, Lauren Leggio.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And first things first, everyone take out your pink pens. Just a little bit. Come on now, this is important. You can get burned out here. On behalf of President Dugan, who unfortunately could not be with us today, I'd like to welcome all of you to St. Francis College's spring commencement ceremony, where we celebrate the accomplishments of the class of 2016. I'm so glad that nature cooperated. We can enjoy this ceremony in this beautiful park overlooking the legendary Brooklyn Bridge and the iconic Manhattan skyline. Today is a great day. I'm so proud of all of you. You leave us as true Franciscans who will strive to make a difference in this world. I'm grateful to every individual whose commitment has helped these students get to this moment in their lives, especially the families of our graduates. many who have sacrificed so much to give them the opportunity to attend the college. I'm also extremely grateful to our distinguished faculty who have mentored and guided these graduates every step of the way. On behalf of the Board of Trustees and the President, I congratulate the class of 2016 and look forward to seeing you on campus in the near future. Yeah, you can clap. As I said, I'm extremely proud of the Franciscans who are graduating today, and it is now my pleasure to acknowledge two individuals who embody the Franciscan spirit that is ever present at the college: Edward Jaworski and Ronald Villar from the class of 1966. Today, Ed and Ron celebrate the 50th anniversary of their own graduation from the college, and I thank you for joining us today. And now it is my pleasure to welcome two graduates of the class of 16 who had an opportunity to intern in the nation's capital this last summer, one of whom worked directly for today's keynote speaker and who will introduce him. Ladies and gentlemen, Michelle Provengi and Dwayne Schubeck.
Thank you, Provost Houlihan. It is our distinct pleasure to introduce the Honorable Peter T. King, United States Congressman who serves in New York's 2nd District on Long Island. Before speaking about his professional accomplishments, we think it's important to highlight that Congressman King is also a proud Terrier. Born in Manhattan and raised in the Cambria Heights section of Queens, he graduated from St. Francis College in 1965 with a bachelor's degree in history. He studied under some of the college's most revered professors, History Chairman Flynn, Brother Theodore, Professor Kennelly, and the legendary historian Dr. Artie Hughes. Altogether, they truly prepared the Congressman King for a career in public service. He was very involved on campus and, true to his Irish roots, a member of the Gaelic Club. It should be no surprise that he was also a member of the Young Conservatives Club, the Young Republicans Club, the International Relations Club, and the Thomas More Pre-Law Society. Upon graduating, Congressman King went to the University of Notre Dame Law School, graduating with the Juris Doctorate in 1968. That same year, he began service in the 165th Infantry Regiment of the New York Army National Guard, where he served honorably until 1974. Congressman King began his political career in November 1977 by winning election to Hempstead Town Council. He then went on to serve 3 terms as Nassau County Comptroller, where he and his wife Rosemary have lived for almost 50 years. In 1992, Congressman King was elected to the United States House of Representatives and is currently serving his 12th term. He is up for election again this November, and he is a member and past chairman of the Homeland Security Committee and chairman of the Subcommittee on Counterterrorism and Intelligence. Although I worked for a congressman on the other side of the aisle, sorry, Congressman King, it was crystal clear to me why you attained such a highly regarded reputation for being well-informed and independent. I know even more about your character because of my roommate, Dran Schubeck, had the privilege of working for you as your intern last summer.
As Michelle just mentioned, last summer I was fortunate enough to have been selected as an intern for Congressman King. Most people know him for his work against terrorism and his chairmanship in the House Homeland Security Committee. However, I know him as a proud supporter of St. Francis College, its students, and Terrier athletics. Congressman King knows what it means to be a Terrier. He is welcoming, hardworking, compassionate, and dedicated to serving the state of New York. I could not have asked for a better work experience than the one I had last summer. Congressman King's staff is made up of intelligent, charismatic, and dedicated people who are open to help me learn as much as I could in my short time. As a matter of fact, Congressman King's Chief of Staff, Kevin Fogarty Jr., has strong ties to SFC. His father, Kevin Fogarty Sr., served as chairman of the college's Board of Trustees for 27 years. Congressman King made me feel like I was a part of the team by allowing me to shadow him in committee hearings, meetings, and television interviews. It was impressive to see his terrier pride during our historic run for the men's and women's basketball teams in 2015. Congressman King instilled in me the tools it takes to be a great intern. Leadership, perseverance, and time management are all important aspects of interning on the Hill, and who better to have learned it from than Congressman King? At this time in the program, we traditionally present our keynote speaker with an honorary doctorate from the college. But in this case, Congressman King already received an honorary Doctor of Laws from SFC in 2003. So, as a token of our appreciation, please accept this gift on behalf of the entire St. Francis College community for giving today's keynote address. You will be pleased to know that the San Damiano cross not only hangs beautifully in the Basilica of St. Clare in Assisi, Italy, but more importantly, this cross hangs in each and every classroom at the college as a symbol of our great Franciscan mission.
Thank you, Joanne and Michelle. After all those kind words they said about me, I feel awkward in saying this, but all of you have heard what low ratings Congress has, how we're always fighting with each other and there's total confusion and chaos. Well, until Michelle and Joanne came to Washington, we all got along, we all loved each other. All of the confusion in Washington began when those two arrived last summer. And if you think that Bernie Sanders and Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton can create confusion, you ought to work with Joanne and Michelle, and you'll see what goes on. But seriously, they were great workers. Again, I saw Michelle a lot because she was always coming in to talk with Joanne. But Joanne was, again, a phenomenal worker for me. She took time off from playing golf to work a little bit. And she, but in all seriousness, she was great. I know she's going to pursue a career in Washington, and I'm proud to have played at least a small part in that. And to me, they really do typify what St. Francis College is all about, what it always has been, is now, and will always will be. I also want to thank St. Francis College for asking me to be the commencement speaker today, also for this wonderful gift they presented to me. As they mentioned, I did receive an honorary degree several years ago, and I received my actual degree back in 1965. And if you find many of my classmates, they will tell you that I didn't deserve either one of them, but I didn't give them back, and I won't now, and I'm not going to give this gift back either, so thank you very much. Also, I realize he's not here today, but I want to really extend my very best to your president, Brendan Dugan, who has been a friend. In fact, he and I were students at St. Francis at the same time. He had an outstanding career and then came back to be the president of St. Francis and show great leadership. And again, he's a great friend and an outstanding educator, and I'm really proud to say that I know him and work with him any way that I can. I also want you to know that he is the president of the college. I do what he tells me to do. As a former graduate, I still have to honor what the president tells me to do, and he told me to keep my remarks very brief and hopefully to the point, otherwise people will get up and walk out. So I will follow that to the letter, and I will keep my remarks brief and hopefully to the point. But I want to congratulate all of the graduates and the families for the degrees that you are receiving today, which you have certainly earned, and which have done so much to prepare you for your life's journey. And the world which you are entering is, of course, vastly different from the world which I entered when I graduated 51 years ago. And it's also very different from the world which existed just 10, 15, or 20 years ago. On the positive side, it is a world of almost limitless opportunities, with more people making more money and achieving more success than was ever thought imaginable. But it is also a world of tremendous uncertainty, a world of stock market crashes, lingering recessions, and student loan debts. Again, on the positive side, we see incredible advances in science and technology, medicine and communications, resulting in longer, healthier lives and a very much higher quality of life for so many people. But as the people in New York saw firsthand on 9/11, as the people of Brussels and Paris and San Bernardino have seen in the past 6 months, the entire civilized world faces the deadly threat of terrorism. As the only member of the House or Senate who was on the Homeland Security Committee and the Intelligence Committee, I see the threats which face us, particularly here in New York on a regular basis, and I know we can never afford to let our guard down. So it is a very turbulent world which awaits you. But as graduates of St. Francis College, you are uniquely suited to take advantage of the opportunities which this world offers and to confront its obstacles and perils. Through your faculty members, your fellow students, and your own effort, you have received an outstanding education, both in higher learning and in real-life experience. And I say this not to make you feel good, but because it's absolutely true. Believe me, I was far from an outstanding student. In fact, sometimes I spend more time in O'Keefe's than I did in the classroom. Okay, you know what I'm talking about. Here you go. Very good. But I can tell you that at no time since my graduation from St. Francis, whether I was in the courtroom, the halls of Congress, the White House Oval Office, or meeting with foreign leaders, did I ever sense that I was up against anyone who had an education that was superior to the one which I received. And if you're talking about people that really have lesser education, that especially applies to members of the media. But that's another story. Now, there are countless other St. Francis graduates in so many fields and professions who can tell you the very same thing. Because St. Francis College has always been, and is even so more today, an outstanding college which prepares you so well for life's journey. But let me emphasize that what makes St. Francis and its graduates really unique is their shared commitment to the Franciscan spirit, the commitment of care and concern for others, of realizing that there must be a moral component to what we do, and we must always take our responsibilities seriously, but never ourselves. You have two dramatic examples of the Franciscan spirit in your current president, Brendan Dugan, and St. Francis' immediate past president, Frank Macchiarola. Both of these graduates achieved extraordinary success in their careers, always gave back to the communities, and then returned to lead the college, which educated them so well. So this is the sense of commitment and dedication St. Francis graduates have always had, and it is a tradition which I know you will continue. So thank you for listening to me today, and I wish you the very best. Enjoy your life's journey. Thank you very much.